All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Me here, talking real music in real time for a couple of real people out there just like you and just like me. Going to be talking about some recycled Van Halen drama. It's a slow news day. I just noticed a couple of things and try to cobble together a topic. And here we are. We're going to talk about Van Halen. Before I do that, though, I wanted to share a really cool album from last year that I kind of overlooked. Yeah, it's my fault. I take full responsibility for it. Anyway, here's my buddy Kent Hilly. Kent Hilly, who sounds like a cross between Lou Gramm and Jimmy Jamison. Seriously, he does. He's been compared to both of those guys and probably a few other people. This is his album, Nothing Left to Lose, came out last year. It's his second solo album. It is excellent. I would highly recommend it. Great quality music. Now this guy has been very busy. He has his own band, Perfect Plan. He's got his solo career, and he's also the lead singer for the band Giant. Okay, if you didn't know that, he took over vocal duties for that band, I think a couple of years ago. They put out an album, and it was really good. A lot of people like that too. So yeah, he's a little overexposed, but if you listen to the way he sounds, you'll understand. He's also part of the T3 Nors album, which I've been showcasing. He's one of those guys. And again, probably the best vocalist in melodic rock currently. Came out of nowhere. When I first heard Perfect Plan, I was like, holy crap, Batman. This is insane. I mean, in a good way. You know, it has been insane for quite some time. Drama surrounding the band Van Halen. I've got a little recycled drama to just talk about here. I'm thinking it's got to be Alex. He's got to be the problem in this operation. He doesn't talk to anybody, doesn't talk to Sammy, doesn't talk to Michael Anthony. Not sure he talks to Wolfie. Maybe he does, and maybe Wolfie doesn't talk about it. But, you know, this is how things were done, I think, prior to Ed's passing. This band was just so slow to get involved in anything. And now that you've got a Van Halen tribute, I guess you'd call it a Van Halen tribute. It's not Van Halen. It's Sammy Hagar performing all of the music of Van Halen because he's got Michael Anthony to sing all of the David Lee Roth parts. In fact, he invited Roth, and Roth said, sure, yeah, I'm ready to go. And then Sammy's like, no, I was offering you an olive branch. I wasn't trying to give you the whole tree. So, you know, back up a little bit. And, you know, he's not going to tour he's not going to do every show with these guys. He might do a show here or there. And that's TBA, to be announced. We'll see if that even happens now. It could be Dave just bluffing. Besides, David Lee Roth has got this great solo career that he's rebooted. He's redoing all of those Van Halen classics, and he's updating them with his better voice for today. And so people, when they go searching for music, they might stumble upon his newer version. And so I think it's financial more than anything else. So we wish the best for Dave, and it would be great to see Dave and Sammy on the same stage, at least just once. That will be a busy news day if it actually happens. But this old information, I don't know. I guess it's just recycled stuff. I'm thinking Alex is the key problem. Ed supposedly was hard to work with, but the reunion of Wolfie and Michael Anthony raises more questions. Wolfie called Anthony family, and this probably dates back to when he was a kid. And Michael Anthony was always around. Uncle Mikey or something. I don't know. It's just weird how Michael Anthony got ghosted. And the reason he was ghosted was because he was hanging out with Sammy. And apparently Ed didn't like the way he was playing bass and was trying to teach him how to do it the right way, supposedly. If you want to get the full lowdown on that in really harsh terms, you can read Sammy Hagar's book, or you can watch the video. I think it's called Defending Mikey. It might still be out there. So anyway, it's good that these guys are getting along. And I'm talking about Wolf and Michael Anthony. Uh, what's weird is at the end of Ed's life, there was no reconciliation between uh, himself and Michael Anthony. So there are still a few questions as to how everything unraveled and who did the unraveling. With Alex giving both Sammy and Michael the silent treatment, he could be the culprit. He could be the guy that took the baton from Ed as he passed away and became even more difficult to communicate with. He wants to kind of keep the legacy with himself. I don't know. It's just weird at this point because there still hasn't been a decent tribute to Eddie Van Halen. You would think that Alex would be the guy to spearhead that, but apparently he's not really into doing this stuff. And I'm glad Sammy decided to do it, probably with the help of a good promoter like an Irving Azoff or somebody who said, yeah, you can do this. Let's just do it. And they have a legal department in case anybody steps forward and says, I don't want you doing this. That could happen in the world of Van Halen. I could see Alex doing that, which is crazy. I'm hoping that he's just one of those guys at this point that wants to do his own thing, doesn't really care that people are doing this, and wishes everybody well. So it doesn't hurt the legacy of what's left of this brand for it to go out in style, meaning that somebody's going to pay tribute to all of this great music and finally recognize Eddie Van Halen. This has been so overdue. It's just dumb how overdue this has been. So I'm looking forward to it. I would tell people, make sure you get tickets for this. This, I think, is the show of the year to go see Sammy and Michael Anthony. And maybe even you'll see, you imagine going to a show where David Lee Roth shows up. That would be a holy crap Batman for sure. And it would be interesting to see Sammy and Dave back on the same stage again, like 20 years after they did that. That would be kind of ironic. All right, so one more time, showing off this great album by Kent Hilly, Nothing Left to Lose. Spectacular. Go get yourself a copy of this. It's definitely worth it. Also, folks, if you can continue to help the channel via Patreon, YouTube memberships, the algorithm is just destroying this channel, and it's just sad because things were getting better and people say, well, you should again do this or do that. Well, it doesn't account for the ups and downs because I've been really consistent with content. I put out videos that do better than the videos that I used to put out for the most part, and yet my income continues to go down. That's why I ask folks to step up and help me if you can. If you can't, I get it. Things aren't great in the economy, although if you want to get a job, apparently there are many low-wage jobs available. So you can get 2 or 3 of those and life will be great, right? All right, folks, one last thing. Don't forget to pray for peace in the Middle East and around the world and in your heart as well. I will talk to you soon.